I've been using the Fujifilm X100VI now for a little over a year, and this has been my experience so far. I've had the opportunity to use this camera for just about every given scenario, from portrait to street to landscape and video work as well, and honestly, I've been really impressed with the results of this camera. And for me, this has actually been the perfect travel camera for me to use, since I'm usually bouncing all around South America or in California. I originally purchased this camera since I was actually looking to downsize my kit just a little bit, but at the same time having a dedicated camera for weekend trips as well as small sins. At first I actually did have a little bit of hesitation using this camera, but after a few uses I learned to love it quite fast. And I'm someone that actually mostly shoots on 50mm the majority of the time, so going a little bit wider felt a little weird to me at times. But specifically with this camera, it actually does offer a built-in digital zoom, so I can make that 35 a 50 or also a 75. I do want to talk about the durability of this camera and just like the general usage of using this while on some trips. It is a little too big to fit into your pants pockets, but it will fit perfectly fine in a jacket pocket or just carrying it day to day on a camera strap. For camera accessories, I've kept everything relatively simple on this camera, with just a thumb grip from SmallRig and a simple red shutter release on the top. And for me, that's all I needed. Now let's talk using film recipes with this camera. So for my first 6 months using this camera, I was all about using the film recipes, but to be honest, that hype for me did die out, as I found not a lot of them were great to use in every scenario. And for me, I just kind of wanted something that was just one and done that I can use for every given scenario. And in my opinion, a lot of the film recipes kind of all look the same. But I do want to share some of my favorite film simulations with this camera. And I would say my first is actually Pro Neg High. I know it doesn't quite have as much hype as Classic Chrome, for example, but I found it to be amazing straight out of the camera and really usable for portraits, street, landscape, you name it. And another one of my favorites is going to be the ProRia Standard, which emulates a very natural, neutral tone. But apart from that, I've actually been growing really fond of Velvia Vivid recently, and it's something I really wasn't a fan of at first, but after bringing it into Lightroom and playing around with it a little bit, I've grown really fond of all the images that it's producing. This is an amazing travel camera that will fit a wide variety of different options. And so I think if you're looking for a small, compact travel camera and you're not going to be swapping out lenses too much, I think this is also going to be the perfect camera for you. I feel like the results that I get out of this camera are just as good as when I use a full frame or perhaps a different camera with the option of an interchangeable lens. Let's talk files. So in my opinion, all of the files on this camera are amazing. Obviously, Fujifilm is really popular and really well known for their JPEGs straight out of the camera, and 100% lives up to the hype. But I also want to talk about the RAWs. For a lot of my work, I have to shoot in RAW, and I found amazing flexibility with the RAW files in post, and it lives up just as well to Canon, Sony, or Nikon. But to wrap things up, this has been an amazing camera for me to use, and if you're lucky enough to find one these days, I would highly recommend that you pick this up. Or I also recommend exploring some of the other options from Fujifilm that have an interchangeable lens. But if you have any questions over anything Fujifilm or the X100VI, go ahead and drop those down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.